Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very busy Saturday to join me. You feel me? When y'all go out tonight, just make sure you do it right. You understand, but also be safe and facts that it's just always a wonder and joy. I don't know so much about a wonder because, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is a wonder. It's lovely to be here, and because I would rather be nowhere else. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Like, per se, I'd much rather be out clubbing or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having a good time here growing out my facial hair because I've publicly promised that I'm going to, in fact, not shave until October 27th. So, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, welcome to the channel. We have many sidebars. There is, in fact, something kind of we end up talking about. And I encourage all of you, to subscribe if at all you like what you see because it helps the channel grow so much. And the ultimate goal, and then I'm done with the sidebar of solicitation, is, many hundreds of thousands of people doing nothing simultaneously, all working towards the single collective goal of nothing. And, anyways, I want to talk tonight about how, okay, here's the thing. This is real life vlogging, like, I think about this often when I do nothing, which is ironic, because vlogs about nothing and then I actually do nothing and then I think about things is this is like I'm like in the midst of it. I'm in the thick of it. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but you know what I'm saying. And I feel like that. I feel like I'm at the beginning of like some, like predetermined sort of trip that I know nothing about, and I think that's both fun and scary, maybe equally in both parts at the same time, because I talk about how I feel, at this point in time. I mean, if like I at all ever wanted to just like fact check myself, in terms of just like, oh hey, I wonder how I felt that day about that or whatever. I mean, it's pretty consistent. And now I want to reinforce that because also opinions change. And I've publicly said that, I think a cool part about feeling like I'm getting old in a good way is that I'm learning, that like I didn't already know. But I guess I kind of didn't, in that way. And so I just know that opinions change, and when presented with new information, it's always important to evaluate. And like it's important because I've been talking about cartridges for a while now. I mean, it's like a big part of everyone's life. The social component and impact that vaping has, whether it's tobacco or some kind of nicotine derivative or cannabis derivative or cannabis itself, they're a popular part of our current culture. And, I just, because of the vlogging, because of the real talk, like in real time, every single day, at least 4 times a day, if you haven't already, I think to myself that the overall feeling I have is like every other human being in terms of if you like smoking marijuana carts. Like, yeah, MJ carts are, I'm over the age of 21. Recreationally, it's here legally in the state of New Mexico, just like going and grabbing a 6 pack of beer on your way home is just the same thing, I suppose, in that regard, as it's licensed, taxed, and regulated by governmental authorities, And so I love cards, I think they're convenient. I think and again, these are my own opinions, just opinions, and in no way do I endorse any kind of like at all smoking of any kind anyway, you know what I mean? It's just sometimes we in the vlogs about nothing world talk about things that we think about, but just to be clear. So even though that's my opinion, like it's just all, you know what I mean? But like, okay, so I like MJ cartridges because they're convenient, and they provide a pretty powerful dose of THC, as it would be, and I think that's, again, synonymous with how having a beer at a baseball game is convenient, and that it's, again, like something that's allowed and legal and lawful. But I think just like anything in life, and I've said this before too, but I don't want to admit it with MJ carts, but every time I get them, like if I'm doing stuff or whatever and I need them out of convenience, and then I stop smoking them, I feel so much different than like I did before. Like I wasn't smoking them. And I understand that like the stoner vibe on that is burnt, oftentimes burnt is a feeling you get from hanging out with MJ too much, or specifically like different kinds of MJ, like back in the day for me it was like step or mid or swag, like that was always the type of lower grade MJ that gave you the burnt out feeling, also like resin from different various components of the THC and so forth. Like these things deliver like the same sort of, THC thing or whatever, but like those ways make me feel burnt out. Like, and commonly speaking, and we can all like look this up, but all of what I'm saying is accurate in that people feel burnt out. They feel burnt. You know what I mean? From hanging out with MJ, and I feel like it's like that, but way noticeable. Like not just burnt, but almost grumpy. It's almost like I feel like all cartridges THC related. I always leave with the feeling of like if you don't have that particular product to deliver the THC, it's like again, even if it's like you don't think you notice it, it's just weird. Like do it. You know what I mean? Like don't just take my word for it. Like don't chill with your MJ cart for like a few days and don't tell me that you don't notice a difference. And in fact, earlier when I was thinking about how I was, going to talk about this or whatever, I didn't want to be so PC and that like I feel dumb, which is different than feeling burnt. Like I feel burnt. I still feel burnt sometimes, in terms of that overall relatable feeling of just like MJ and, like just whoa, or whatever. But I feel dumb, like, and grumpy. Dumb and grumpy when I am, on the cart sort of methodology of deliverance with my THC for a long period of time, and then I just go back to alternate delivery methods of THC, and so I just feel like I don't know. Do other people feel like that? Am I the only one? I mean, I don't know. I am a man, a grown man who doesn't wants to do nothing, does nothing. I mean, holy potatoes. I just, regardless, I am not sure why I feel both dumb and grumpy. Regardless of, again, it doesn't even matter the grade or the tier or the live rosin or the purity. It doesn't matter. Every time it's vape delivery, it doesn't matter. Like it's just it's that more than burnt out feeling. It's like feeling dumb and angry, and angry not like agitated. Like, I've been a smoker like when like withdrawals, like I mean, and again, even if it's not pervasive, it's under there. Like I feel it. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's how I feel. That's what I'm going with. I still, and that's what I'm saying. Like, regardless of that, you don't think that, like, I'm never going to buy a THC card again because that's, like, not true, But still, I do admire sort of when I do come to these realizations because too much of anything's a bad thing. It's okay, I think, to have a THC card or whatever, like, a couple times, every few months or something, even that is high risk. Again, we don't advocate for such. I'm just saying, like, zero is obviously the best, and only way to, stay free from some of those other kinds of conditions that you can get from vaping any product at all whatsoever. And so, like, you know what I mean? I just want to know why I feel dumb and a little irritated at best call it a categorical kind of anger, is sure, not like explosive Hulk, I need a cigarette because I've been smoking for 40 years, and it's nothing like that, you feel me? Although, however, like, I'm poking fun at that, like, that's the thing too, you know what I mean? And I mean, no disrespect to them peeps. Again, I was a smoker of nicotine for a long time. And yeah, I hope that you guys all have a really good night. Thank you very much for watching the channel. The channel is performing very well. I couldn't be more happy with how things are going. So thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you guys have a lovely evening, okay? Be safe out there. It's Saturday night, and I feel alright. Except that's a ladies' night song. Not Saturday, but just switch it out to Saturday. Alright, bye.